Hi everybody, it's really nice to be with you guys from my home, sharing with you our midweek art activity for you to do in your homes. So what we're going to be doing today is an observational drawing using three simple shapes in three simple steps. And we're going to be using one drawing material in different ways to create shadow and hopefully get a really lovely 3D sort of sculptural drawing. So what you'll need today for your session is some paper to draw on. I've just got a really simple old notebook, so a line book, something to draw. So I am drawing this pear. You'll need to sit near a window. I've set up a lamp, something directly above so you can get the shadow on your object, and a drawing material. What I am using is black chalk. So this is sort of compressed chalk. I'll share a link in the bottom of this video for you to have a look at. Chalk's a really nice one. It's quite a versatile drawing material that you can use in a variety of different ways. That's another thing we're going to be looking at, is how you can use one drawing material in a variety of different ways. Okay, so I'm just going to get this set up so you can see what I'm drawing and what I can see. So I've just set this up on some white paper. It's quite useful to put your object on some white paper so you can see the shadow. You kind of can't see that shadow as clearly. I'm just going to switch that light on. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so you can really see that shadow. I can see it even more clearly. So, like I said, we're going to be drawing. This is a nice warm-up activity. And we're going to be drawing it in three simple steps. So the first step is drawing the outline of this pear. Like, I'm on a slightly different angle to what the camera is, so so hopefully it's not too confusing. It might look slightly different what you can see. So we're going to start by drawing our outline. So I'm going to use the tip of my charcoal because I want quite a clean, sharp line. So rather than using the edge or the side or the top, I'm going to use this corner here to get this really clean line. So I'm going to start by drawing in here so I can see it goes down. And I'm really looking at just the outline of that shape. I'm learning to look. And it comes up a little bit. And then I've got my stalk, which bends down. Goes up about there. Okay, so that's shape number one. We've just got our basic outline. Shape number two is this shadow that goes underneath. So again, I'm going to use the tip of my charcoal to draw the shadow underneath to start with. So I can see it's about a little bit of a gap in between them. And it goes around. Now I'm noticing as I'm drawing it, the shadow is not as defined shape as the pear itself. It's slightly looser and flatter. Okay, so that's shape number two. Now I'm going to use the tip of my charcoal here to colour this in. It's a bigger surface area, so I'm just going to use. And what's really nice about using these charcoals is they're really good for smudging. So you can smudge to get a lot of that colour across. Now as I'm shading in my shadow, I'm noticing that it's actually much darker. There's even depths within the shadow. So I can see that it's much, much darker where it's closer to that pear. So I'm going to make sure once I've got the overall shadow colour in there, use my finger, I'm then going to start adding in the different depths of shadow within my drawing. So it's much, much darker, like I said, so I'm going to press even harder, really close to that pear. It's darker because it's further away from that light source. So it's in shadow, so it needs to be much darker. And around the edge, again, you might not be able to see it so clearly, but it's actually a little bit faded and blurred around the edge of that shadow. So I'm just going to smudge my outline a little bit. So really look at your shadow on the page. Okay, the next shape I'm going to draw is some of the shadows on my pear. So that's going to turn this line drawing from 2D into 3D just by adding a few lines. So this time I'm going to use the long surface area of my charcoal. And what's really nice, I'm going to just use it in a slightly different way, and I'm going to curl, thinking of a round. The pear is sort of round. This one. And it's a nice way to use a charcoal because you get some sort of surprising, unusual marks going on. So I'm sort of just twisting. I'm adding that shadow in there. So really simply, we've got kind of instantly a 3D drawing. Now the final thing you might want to do is use the tip of your charcoal again to add in some of these smaller details. So I can see on mine I've got lots of lovely marks and spots and bruising and things that I'm going to start adding on top of my shadows. So I've got some little bits here. I've got some definite sort of textures in my, so this might just bring your drawing to life even further. Okay, so it's a really, really simple warm-up activity, and it's brilliant for practicing how to look at shadow, how to break an object down and drawing down into 3 really, really simple steps. So why don't you give that a go with anything you can find around your house, some different fruit and veg. You might want to try it with an object. It might be your favourite toy. Give it a go using whatever materials you can find around your house.